everyone, it's Lisa and Luna from Don't Run with Scissors, back with another Technique Tuesday. Today I'm continuing on with my coloring theme that I had kind of completed a few weeks ago. But I did leave out a very important and very cool technique in another product. So today I'm actually playing with Perfect Pearls. They are a pigment powder. There are others on the market that are very similar to what these are. This is my palette that I have thus far. I did print out online because I really kind of lost track of what colors were out there and whatnot. But there's 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 right now. Who knows when they're going to come out with more. And what they are pigment powders. They're acid free. And they're very shiny and shimmery. They're pearlescent. They make a beautiful image when you use them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can use these. What they come with, depending on when you buy the kit or not. The kits come with a teeny stamp pad. It's a perfect medium. And this is essentially a Versamark, it's a watermark stamp pad. It's the same thing. It's got glue. It's very tacky to use. You could use this for embossing, and you can use this for Perfect Pearls or any pigment powder. Some of them will also come with paintbrushes because, as you will see, you will need these to apply your Perfect Pearls. And then there's also a couple other things on the market that you can use. This is actually a perfect medium pen, so you can touch up the areas if you've made a mistake. And addition, a Versamark marker, which is the same thing for that. So when I play with my Perfect Pearls, I actually do tend to lean towards the Versamark. It's the closest stamp pad that I have my access to, so I'm going to stick with that today. And I'm going to start just by showing you what you can do with these. And we're going to start with a silverly metallic, or Perfect Pearl, or white or silver. We'll go with this one here. This one is Perfect Pearl. It's actually the name of it. And all you need to do is, I have a dandelion here from actually Technique Tuesday, their line. Who knew? So I'm just going to stamp that up. And I put it on dark background so you can definitely see this. So my image is there on the card, which I think you can see. Then you can take a Perfect Pearls paintbrush, or really any paintbrush, flick it off, make sure you don't have any residue lying on there, and dip it in your paintbrush. I don't have a lot on there, and just tap around. And you can scrape off the excess. But when you're done, use your paintbrush and you can wipe off the rest. Another good tip to have around is a Swiffer. That'll help clean that off. And there you have a perfectly silver little, well, pearl dandelion. So just I'm going to show you one more that you can do. Well, you can do lots of things with these, but we'll put this one aside. They don't leave too much of a mess. They're not staticky like glitter. It doesn't stick to absolutely everything, so that's kind of a nice perk to this. I have another stamp here. Again, I'm going to use my Versamark ink. And this is just a pansy stamp. It's kind of funny. Pansy stamp. I'm just going to stamp this down. Pull that off. These are just scrap pieces of paper I had lying around. I am going to grab right now, this is Forever Green. And it's going to be a little hard for you at home to see the embossed, or the Versamark on here. So we're going to bring this back up. Just so I'm going to use the green, and I'm just going to kind of tap around the areas where these leaves are. I'm definitely not going to be perfect about it at all. Perfect Pearls, haha. And because I don't want to, I'm not going to try to mix my colors too much. I'm going to leave what's there. I'm not going to swish around too much. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with some purple. And purple I have is Forever Violet. I'm going to come this way just a little bit. you can scoop up some of the green at the end. You can see how metallic it is. It's beautiful. And now I'm just going to come in with the purple. Because the green is down, I can swirl a little better. And shake that off. Come in with my dust rag here. And you can see the shimmer of the purple and the green. It's very cool. Very, very cool. So the last technique I want to show that you can do with these, there really are lots of options. Let me just give this a swoop real quick. Like I said before, it doesn't get everywhere, except if you leave it on your mat. Okay. Grab a paper towel. So the last thing we can do is I have already put aside 4 of my perfect pearls. Flipping them over could be a disaster. I have Raspberry Sparkle. This one's Grape Fizz, Pink Gumball, and Sour Apple. These ones are on top. They are some of the newer ones that we have. Take those out. And some people like using little spoons, or some people like using paintbrushes, whatever you're into to get it. I'm going to make a palette, so I'm going to take a little bit of this purple. I'm going to put it on my palette here. I am mixing my colors in the end, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm not going to do the green right now. Okay. So we can put these aside. And when you spray them, you can turn it into a mister. You can put them in mister bottles when you add water. But right now I'm just going to make a palette. So I'm going to spray each a little pile I've made here. And leave it alone for a second or two to let those colors really start mixing up with the water. You can, of course, always help them mix along. And you've got a nice little palette here. Brush my brush off here. You can see they will stay grainy until they're mixed really well. You might need to add a little more water to assist that along. But we'll be ready to go. So earlier I stamped my penny black, one of my favorite stamps ever. This one is just fantastic. And I used my brother's Scan and Cut to scan and cut my little flower out. So she is ready to go because we're going to be putting her on a card in a little bit. So I have my paintbrush ready to go. I have my Perfect Pearls palette over here. And I'm just going to come in and just use it as a paint. When this dries, it will be iridescent and shimmery and catch light from every angle. It's just an unbelievable vision of glitter and beauty. Love it. You can add this over ink. Again, make sure you know what your inks are, because you're adding water here. So you don't want to do anything too crazy. But now you can paint with your Perfect Pearls. And layer. So I'm just trying to get the base here with this gumball, pink gumball. And then I'm going to come back in with some of my violet. You can heat set, you can blot if things get a little too watery. Anything goes. So now I'm going to wipe this off and go in for a little bit of purple. Just remember, the more water you add, it's just like playing with watercolor paints. You may need to blot. I'm going to come in with a darker color now. Just kind of outline this big flower. a little bit of some dimension here. And again, you can heat set these to speed the process up a little bit if you really need the less drying time. You can see my paper curling, so this might be time to give it a break to let it dry. So you can paint with your perfect pearls. I'm gonna give that a little time to dry and I will be back. Hey everyone, welcome back. My flower is now painted and dry. So you can see it's just very shimmery. It's really cool in the green. I did heat set this so I could play with it a little quicker than I was originally intending to. What I am going to do is I'm going to frame it in my little card that I've made here, and I've already cut that out. So I want to kind of get it to sit in my frame a little bit, and I just got to figure out where that all needs to be. So what I will do is peel this piece off the bottom and stick her in there. Not sticking her too there. Let's figure out where we need that to be. I think that probably looks like a great spot. So I'm going to push her down here in the back. Give her a quick snip. Peel off the rest of this. What I am going to do is get one of my Spectrum Noir markers, gray, and do put a shadow on her. That'll make her look nice and pretty. I'll mask that for now. And give her a foam dot or two to pop up on. Excellent, excellent. And that is what you can do coloring with perfect pearls. They are a lot of fun. There's a lot of different, get a smaller one here, a lot of different options you have with them. There's a ton of colors. I'll bring the palette back so you can see that. And they have fun names too. So there's my card that I'm going to make. I'm going to do a little shadowing here with the gray. And fold that in half, obviously. And I just have to decide what my sentiment's going to be today. But look how nice and shiny that is. It's so pretty. Here are the colors on the palette that I have. And they are, some of them look white, but when you get them out onto, I mean, this one's got a shimmer to a blue to it, but it looks white. Greens, dark blues, beautiful blues, coppers, golds, bronzes. You really do have the gamut here, and plenty of pinks, which I just haven't put back yet on my palette here of a mess that I made. But you really have a lot of options with these. Again, you can use Versamark ink or the perfect medium. Everything works. You clean your stamps just like normal. And I think that is about all I have to share with you today. So get out there. Sometimes perfect pearls do wind up on clearance for whatever reason. They do sell them on Amazon. So they're available. And thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Have a great night.